Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Star Ocean. Last time we went from an underdeveloped planet to a very advanced spaceship, and now we have intruders. So this time, let's go figure that out. Anyway, at this point in the game, we have both Iria and Ronix as NPCs, just note that for later. And we're on auto dash mode, which is lovely. Means we move much faster. And in order to progress, we need to head over here and, of course, fell worms. What are they? Well, we know what they are. We've already seen these. So yeah, they laid their eggs on, I guess, their clothes or something like that. I don't know how something this big could lay little tiny eggs that would be unnoticeable, but or how they would incubate and become very large creatures so damn fast, but well, why wouldn't the sensors have picked them up? Anyway, let's get rid of them. But phasers don't work on them! Really, game? You have phasers, which are going to be way more powerful than our dinky little swords, and they don't work. I call bullshit. Bullshit. Oh, it's funny. Anyway, of course we'll be fine. Let's go, Millie. I need a healer. And we have little mini boss time. Now, when it comes to leveling up characters, you get to a point in terms of defense and levels or whatever in an individual area, and enemies will start doing 0 damage to you. And we learn Blaze Sword as we leveled up, and we gain a piece of iron. Now, some people will tell you that, you know, you should kind of train around until you get that point. That's kind of your indication of level, but that kind of gets boring after a while, so I'm not going to do that, like, specifically the entire time, though I will definitely, you know, get that at some point, but I won't get it all the time. Anyway. 2 battles down, very simple. Millie levels up again, or, well, herself. Radix leveled up before. And, we're fine. Is that all of them? Huh? Look out! Ow! Of course, they did that in the fight, and it didn't really do all that much. Anyway, ha! One shot, nice. Huh? 'Tis but a scratch. It vanished. Wait, what? What vanished? That creature disappeared. Now I can't see the corpse. What? When he was attacked, the creature disappeared, and now we can't see the corpse either. But we can see it. It's right there. A little shocked there, buddy. Only you two can see it. The instant your blood was shed. Let's go to the medical center. That sounds like a very good idea. Take care of the cleanup of the... I feel sorry for the crew guy. He's supposed to clean up something he can't see. Ah, well. Are there any differences between the bodies of the Rokians and those of Earthlings and other non-human... human-like, not non-human-like, other human-like beings? Basic internal organs, muscles, nervous system are nearly identical to those of Earthlings. One significant difference. The blood, right? Of course! Very different than Earthlings in all respects. Many differences. The easiest one to understand is that the hemoglobin used to carry oxygen in Rokians is comprised of copper as opposed to iron. It doesn't say iron, but, you know, we have iron in our blood, so yeah, it's copper instead of iron. How that creates something that makes things invisible, I don't know, but okay. Oh. Now think about that. That could work. That would explain it. If they could turn everybody to stone, in quotes, you know, some kind of a metal, then, and that metal had the ability, because of the blood, of having some kind of invisibility cloak, this could be very, very dangerous stuff. You mean for a weapon? Doesn't register on radar, which would explain why those creatures, well, I guess it wouldn't explain why the creatures didn't pop up. Maybe, no, it doesn't explain it. Never mind. We haven't come to that conclusion yet, though it is definitely looking like that is a good possibility. It does make sense. Number of stone statues. At any rate, if that's what's going on, a number of stone statues should be missing from Roke. Let's look into that. I'll be on the bridge. Alright, Captain. But of all the things that can be created by turning blood into stone, please simulate objects could be used as weapons. And the Doctor's not happy with this very large task. Understood. See you in 3 weeks. And here before, if you remember before in episodes past, Radix, or specifically at the beginning of the game, Radix was not very happy. He thought everything was boring because there was nothing to do. And now he's assuming that's his fault, which of course makes no sense, but okay, sure, why not? Yeah, your wanting something does not make the universe work that way. This is not, oh, what was that? The melancholy of whatever her name was. The anime, I can't remember. Harumiya, I can't remember. It's been a long time since I watched that, but yeah, kind of like that. Anyway, with my mumbling aside, the Doctor comes back in and tells us, we gotta go to the bridge. Take the elevator on the left side. Understood. What is it? Of course we don't know. We've been here. Did you say anything interesting? Yeah, we already heard that. It'd be nice if you had some other dialogue. Let's fast forward through that because that's going to take forever. Hit up the telepod thingy on the left. And this will take us to the bridge. And now that we're here, okay, I guess her job is to translate for the captain. The number of people with humanoid shaped stone statues earlier, there were 20 million stone statues too few. Okay, looking at that size of that planet, there were no people on it anyway. If you go to the town of Cool ahead of time, there are, like, you know, a half dozen people in that town. How did they get 20 million? Whatever, they got 20 million. As far as we know, this is not affecting anywhere else other than the village of Cool. It might be. We never, like, obviously we're off the planet now. We haven't had a chance to go and check out any of the other cities. And as far as we know, it hadn't affected GLaDOS yet, but, you know. Anyway, how did they get them all off the planet? Has to be, well, definitely a lot more likely now. Oh, they could use them for peace. Headed for Earth as diplomats. We intend to somehow convince the Rizonia Empire, because I'm sure it is an empire, because kingdoms are good and empires are bad, to hand over a host. Doesn't seem to be an unreasonable request, even though it would destroy all of their efforts of creating this brand new technology that they could use to win the war, but it's not an unreasonable request. Ridiculous. They're at war. What are you talking about? Okay, apparently we've gotten drafted. Dorn's condition, it's... Oh. Of course. And they're going to warp us back here. On the verge of dying. Well, that sucks. Oh, a final request. What is it? Who wants to die at home? You know what? I can imagine wanting, like, if you know you've got like a week to live, I'd like to die probably doing something interesting, like skydiving or something. It's like, ah, so awesome, and I'm done. Go out with a bang. But the thing is, I can see it being just as well to, sleep in my own bed and kind of go in your sleep. One of those two, I'd say that's the best. Alright, we'll send you back home. Prepare for transport. Yes, sir. Oh, yeah. But we're not allowed to go back down there now. If you notice when Radix runs there, he runs on all fours. So does Millie, and I believe Dorn did it as well. They're technically, the race is referred to as the Fell Pool. Fell Pools, or whatever it is. It's in the status menu. Thank you. So we at least get to say goodbye to him as he sleeps in his own, directly into his own bed. Though having such pinpoint accuracy with a teleporter would be awesome. They don't usually have such precise targeting with the, in Star Trek anyway. Anyway, we get to warp back. At least we got a little bit of action this time. We're not going to get any more action. It's just more plot dumping until eventually we'll be able to do something. Oh, that audio cut out abruptly. You're just going to sleep for a while. You'll eat it later. Family Guy references. Always fun. Anyway, the music box on the shelf. Now, if you recall, earlier I cut it on to the end of an episode there. This is a memento of his sister, and I went through that a little quickly. It was designed to, or, well, he's giving it to Millie. Yeah, so that kind of reaffirms his little, his deep affection for Millie, even though he makes fun of her. So. See, now this one works. We've been around Dorn long enough that it works. I know I said before when Millie's father turned that it just didn't have the emotional involvement because we didn't know the characters well enough. Now we've dealt with him. He's been in our party. He's Radix's friend. He's obviously interested in Millie. Yeah, this one works. And on top of that, I'm not exactly sure, but the little tune they played on the music box, I think it gets reworked as the composer for all the Star Ocean games, assuming he also worked on Last Hope, but again, I haven't played it. It seems like Rena's theme, and I just spoiled the name, Woo. You don't know who it is until we play the game anyway, but, there is a character in the game called Ren, and she has a music box theme, which is one of the more powerful sad themes in the game. And I believe it's a reworking of the theme they just played there, though it's kind of hard to hear. I'll see if I can boost the audio a little bit. Editing. That's true. Let's move forward. And we get teleported back to the ship. Millie sure has cried a lot in the beginning of this game. Jeez. And we get some more sad music. Heading for a planet called Earth. Your rooms are ready. You can rest there. Okay. Heading for Sector Alpha Mark 269.001 at Warp 6. What do you see? So beautiful. Almost like a star ocean. Slow scrolling text and all. Yeah, it's a little cheesy, but anyway, head to the Earth Federation's headquarters, and of course we have the Federation, just like in Star Trek. Something's coming. What is that? What are you guys talking about? What are you talking about, Willis? Yeah. This guy kind of decloaked in front of you there. Pretty cool looking little ship there. Though hopefully it can't blow us out of the water, otherwise that would be bad. Space distortion? Didn't detect any gravitational waves. It should be gravitational waves, not gravity waves, but whatever. But yeah, it appeared out of nowhere. I told you something was coming. You two were able to see it. They were also able to see the corpse of the Fellworm. You can see where the game's going with this. However, something kind of came up that makes me think a little bit. Yeah, it's a rarity, I know, but one thing, if like the only difference in their like physiology and how the bodies are put together between the Rokians and the Earthlings is the blood, then how come only the Rokians can see? They'd have to have slightly different eyesight as well if they're able to see through this, the blood or whatever that makes things invisible to the Earthlings. Just a thought. Receiving a signal from the unidentified spacecraft. Let's hear it. Put it on screen. No. Come as ambassadors of Rizonia. We have no hostile intentions. Huh. These are the people they're at war with. Why is everyone trying to be so nice to each other? Apparently we brought an Admiral in just for this. And apparently they're looking for a truce. Why? Not their original intent. Oh boy. So, where's Zeromus? The guy, or, the wizard. The Wizard of Oz, the guy behind the curtain. Where is the group behind the shadow? Yeah, of course. We kind of knew that. Kind of obvious. It was intimidation. They appear to have an advanced civilization and the explosion of a planet East half a year ago, which, if you recall, I don't know, a week ago or whenever it popped out, the preview episode I did where I showed the first departure intro, they talked about the planet East. They probably did in the intro to this game as well, but you couldn't hear any of the audio, so, shit. But, yeah, so the planet East half a year ago was that. That situation was with the spaceship, and that's why we warped directly from there in terms of the timeline to, 6 months later when we're on planet Roke itself. So that's what happened there. Yeah, if you recall this scene. they show it again just for kicks, I guess. Unfortunately, the long story sequences make it really hard to stop the videos when I want to stop the videos. At 20 minutes. I want to stop the video at 20 minutes. Anyway, we do not know their goal, however, they were the ones who offered us the virus and the technology behind the new material, which apparently comes from that, you know, the virus creates it, so they, apparently this group wanted to drop it on another planet to find another source of this material. In regards to the viral rep and drop on Woke, we would appreciate if you could hand over either a vaccine or the original host. That's not a good sign. That's impossible. Well, damn it! They don't exist. Why don't they exist? What happened to them? We know where it originated, but it would not be of any use at this point in time. Terminate the rescue effort of Planet Rogue. That was the Admiral speaking, by the way. It's like, well, nothing we can do. Abandon ship. Why don't we just take out the Admiral? I have a feeling that would be fun. Take out the Admiral. And now we're sitting in a coffee shop. There's even people walking around outside. Kind of a bit of a jump there. Yeah, I can understand from there people would get thrown out and that's pretty much it, but it would have been nice to have seen that on screen as opposed to fade to black. And now we can't go home and we can't save anyone, so we're hooped. This game has some pretty good music, especially for a Super Nintendo title. Although the music didn't really hit its stride until, you know, it hit its stride in the second game. The second game has some great tracks. The third game is just awesome. It's probably one of the best soundtracks I've ever heard. And the thing is, the second game, I know this is, I'm supposed to be talking about the first game, but the second game used to be my favorite when I'd only played it and the third one once each. The more times I've played the third one, the more I've liked it, the better the music's gotten, and the more I've come to appreciate it. This game still has great music, but it kind of suffers from, you know, the lack of technology that was available to the composer at the time. I find it hard to believe they acquired the virus from Rogue 300 years ago and preserved it all this time. Federation decided to terminate the rescue effort. So the virus itself came from the planet Rogue, and then they took it off the planet 300 years in the past and then put it back on to infect everybody 300 years in the future. Why? It's just kind of weird. Not impossible. I like that idea. Let's work with that one. Highly improbable. Oh boy, what's this guy planning now? Here he has figured it out. Planet Stream. Okay, for any of those who have played the future Star Ocean games, specifically the third one, they're referring to the planet Styx. Yeah, let that sink in for those of you who, that's how they translated it in First Departure. And once we, you know, you see it, it kind of makes sense. But, yeah, that is absurd. If you've played the third one, we don't want to go there. The enemies there kick that crap out of you when you first get there. They are abusive. But of course, Millie's still trying to get everyone to be saved if there's any possible way, and Ronix, as the good, you know, hero captain is going to throw all of the Prime Directive out the window as long as we can save who he wants to save. I've heard them, don't worry, let us through. Yes, sir. Yeah, that was very, very difficult. Anyway, no time to be slow, let's go before the maintenance crew realizes what we're up to. And with that, we finally get the characters in our party. Finally! Jeez, that takes forever. That sequence is long. Okay, now here... Oh, jeez, he's got originality. I'm gonna have to figure out whether I can keep this one or not, but basically here we get both Ronix and Iria in the party, meaning we can check out their talents and we can manipulate them. Because I have fast forward, going through all that sequence again won't be too bad, but it does take a little bit of time. So if I have to reset to get new skills, I will do that. Yeah, so definitely want to do that. Check out hers as well. She's got design, writing, dexterity. Okay, Iria can never get originality, so don't worry about that for her. Thought she always got mana. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, I'm going to go through and organize all that stuff. We're going to figure out why Ronix is such a high level and get all that stuff done in between this episode and the next. But that's all the time I have for this episode of Let's Play Star Ocean. And next time we're going to, figure out what Ronix's plan is with Planet Styx and see if we can save everybody. Anyway, that's all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.